Can men get pregnant?
I am.
You're pregnant? You are?
Yeah. How about a congratulations? Instead of laughing at me, you could say like congrats or something.
Congratulations. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
so how far along are you?
2 weeks.
How do you know you're pregnant after 2 weeks?
My stomach's been growling more than usual, so and me and him had sex, so I think that's where it came from.
How long have you guys been together?
I like that his black friend is just playing along.
2 weeks.
Yeah.
Oh.
We were like a one-night stand. I was finna dip, but I was like, that's my kid. I'm finna stay, so.
That's really noble of you. We need more of that.
I know we need more black fathers.
Did you take a test yet?
A test for what, AIDS?
That too, but presumably the pregnancy test?
Oh, no.
How do you know you don't just have cramps?
No, I have a kid too, so this is the second time this happened.
So the first time you had a kid, you felt like...
Yeah, I felt the same sensation I'm feeling now.
Okay, and where did the kid come out of?
My asshole. That's kind of obvious, right?
Yeah, is that funny or something?
No.
This is how you treat the insanity of the left. Just absolute stone-faced seriousness. Yeah, I'm pregnant, 2 weeks, and it's coming out of my asshole. I've said this for a while now, but just before Trump takes office, he should identify as a woman to be the first female president in history, and then go right back afterwards.
Oh, you're right. So you identify as a woman?
No, and that's kind of offensive.
I'm the woman. I identify as a woman.
So shouldn't you be the pregnant one?
There's evidence of people who were transgender in ancient Greece, Rome. Judaism is an example of a religion that acknowledges, I think, 6 or 7 genders.
I don't think that's quite true. My evidence for that would be in the very first book of the Torah, in Genesis. One of the most prominent lines is that in the beginning, God created man, both male and female created he them.
It's not,
What you're citing is this line that a lot of people who are pro-transgender will say, which is, actually in some Native American tribe that I can't quite name right now, I'm sure they believe in a third and a fourth and a fifth gender, but that just isn't true.
you know the movie Mulan, Disney
I
Mulan?
haven't seen it, but I've heard of it.
Mulan,
Yeah.
dresses as a man, right, goes to war. That's based off of true history.
Oh, no, it's not. It's based off of like a Chinese poem, like a few paragraphs. Disney completely interpreted that.
Yes, cross-dressing has
Not
occurred in
just
history.
cross-dressing, but people who
In
went
Mulan, did the female character think she was a man?
No.
Oh.
This is the Ballad of Mulan, a rhyming translation. My father has no grown-up son who can to battle race. Once buying horse and saddle are done, I'll take my father's place. But hey, if we're treating Disney movies as historical events, then elephants that have big enough ears can flap them and fly around. Will Smith is a genie who can grant your wishes, and Ariel is a black woman who's totally okay with being underwater and getting her hair wet.
Why should your right to freedom of speech trump a trans person's right not to be offended?
Because in order to be able to think, you have to risk being offensive. I mean, look at the conversation we're having right now. Like you're certainly willing to risk offending me in the pursuit of truth. Why should you have the right to do that? It's been rather uncomfortable.
Well, I'm very glad I put you on the spot.
Well,
I'm very glad that I have
but you get
exercised
my
my freedom of
point.
speech.
You get my point. It's like you're doing what you should do, which is digging a bit to see what the hell's going on.
So
and
do
that is
you-
what you should do. But
And
you're
do you
exercising
think-
your freedom of speech to certainly risk offending me. And that's fine. I think more power to you as far as I'm concerned.
Here's where it becomes dangerous, when the left says they can censor rhetoric that's offensive to them. Not to everyone, just to them. Like when Tim Walz said there's no guarantee to free speech on misinformation or hate speech, and especially around our democracy. Hate speech is largely subjective. If you misgender someone, it could be counted as hate speech. That's why the First Amendment is not only freedom of speech, it's the right to offend people who don't agree with you.
So you haven't sat there and I'm just trying to work that out. I mean,
Ha, gotcha.
you have got me. I'm trying to work
about
that through in
time.
my head. Yeah. It took a while.
It did, yeah.
Took a while. You have voluntary.
Can men get pregnant?
Mr. Chairman, yes.
Okay. Define what a woman is.
Mr. Chairman,
Yeah.
there are people who identify
Women.
as different genders who are capable of getting pregnant. That is my position on this. I am not going to feed more into the bigotry of that question.
If you disagree that a man can become pregnant and give birth to a child, you are a bigot?
So what is this right here?
The pelvis. It's the only bone in the body that's gender specific, which means it's different in boys and girls.
Is it?
Yes. The pelvis's job to protect the organs used for digesting and reproduction, which means throwing babies.
Get wrecked by a toddler.
So when Kamala wins and when you go into a manic spiral with everything you've worked for crumbles around you, what illicit you can overdose on?
Oh, so sweet. I want to talk to this kid after Kamala got destroyed in the election.
So if Trump wins, what are you going to do to yourself? I don't know. Probably move to the Netherlands. I don't want to deal with him. Can you answer the question, though? Snowflake?
I hope that
Answer the question, Snowflake.
I hope
This kid calling Charlie Kirk a snowflake, where he said he would flee the country if Trump was elected. This coward is calling Charlie the snowflake.
Trump wins. Kamala
Answer
might
the
win.
question.
Let me tell you what
Coward.
happens. So let me tell you what happens. If Kamala Harris wins, which she might, unlike you, I will not flee my country. I will go back to work the next day. And I am dedicating my life right now to make sure that doesn't happen, to register voters and to chase ballots and to rally the next generation. So unlike you, I'm a participant, and you might be right, Kamala might win. It might be too much, but I'll be able to look my daughter and my son in the eye and say I did everything I possibly could to make sure that this country remained free and prosperous for you guys, and that I gave it all on the line.
Good luck with that, buddy. Kamala sweep! Kamala sweep!
The subtitles on some of these suck. He's saying Kamala sweep, not Kamala sweep.
If we declare war on the cartel, these dudes are not going to understand what the fuck is going on. They are in for a world of like ultra violence they've never actually felt before, because obviously this is a very capable ultra violent organization. They have fucking no clue if we organize these tier 1 units against them.
Is that a real thing that they've proposed doing?
Yes, that is a real thing.
Who proposed that?
I'm almost positive either JD or Trump had said something with the new guy from ICE, like we're going to mobilize tier 1 units against the cartel. The only thing I thought was like, retire. If you guys got some money, man, I would like put that away. Yeah. Like maybe move. Jamaica, I don't know, go somewhere. Yeah, buy a restaurant. Like, try to go legit. Because,
go legit.
Dude, if those guys are hunting you, you're fucking done.
So you probably heard of Spec Ops, Special Operations Units. That's Tier 2. Special Mission Units is Tier 1, and these are the guys you don't want on your ass. What I hope Trump does is round up the cartel, these gang members, like the Salvadorian president. I mean, look at these dudes. Just round it up like cattle. Just send that message, Know what I mean?
What's your thought on Black Lives Matter?
What is it? What do you mean?
The idea is that there's this movement called Black Lives Matter.
That just sounds weird. I don't know that you put a name on.
You accidentally shot yourself.
That day.
Yeah.
That I shot myself. The police, I was the only person in the house.
Right.
Police came through there. They knocked the doors down. I was on the floor.
Right.
They jumped over. They all hopped over, looking for the drugs and looking for this and that. It was a white police that came, ran up there and stopped and said, "What the are y'all doing? Do y'all not see this baby on the floor?" Picked me up, brought me to the hospital. He said, "Don't worry, my name's Uncle Bob." He was white as snow. The that hopped over me was blacker than me.
Was he a cop?
Yeah, he was a cop, and my life was saved by a white man. I don't know what racism is.
And this is the police officer who saved Lil Wayne. He recently passed. But Lil Wayne has said before, I look out at my concerts, I see black faces, I see white faces, all I see are fans.
In London.
I'm going to show you some more images now. I want you to give a very strong,
watch this,
and passionate reaction to the people you see.
Larry Clinton, Nancy Pelosi.
Hey, you know what, Brits? You gave us Jaguar, but I'm liking this response. Is that Big Ben and Parliament behind that? I think Americans are in a bubble. Like, we don't understand that the American president has a huge impact on the rest of the world. When I was living in Africa, Barack Obama was voted in as president, and Africans would come up to me on the street and shake my hand and say, "Congratulations, America isn't racist anymore."
Wow.
I can't believe I have to ask you this, but I do, because Donald Trump has been attacking Kamala Harris's racial identity.
He has not been, but ask your question.
Well, he questioned her racial identity. He said a number of years ago she happened to turn black. Her father is Jamaican. Do you believe Kamala Harris is black?
I believe that Kamala Harris is whatever she says she is, but I believe importantly that President Trump is right that she's a chameleon. She pretends to be one thing in front of one audience. She pretends to be something different in front of another audience. Look, Dana, she's not running a political campaign. She's running a movie. She only speaks to voters behind a teleprompter. Everything is scripted. She doesn't have her policy positions out there. She hasn't answered why she wanted to ban fracking, but now she doesn't. She wanted to fund police, but now she doesn't. She wanted to open the border, but now she doesn't. She should have to answer for why she presents a different set of policies to one audience and a different set of policies to another.
JD Vance, VP pick of the century. This guy is sharp as a friggin' whip. The left tried to prove that he was weird and failed miserably. When he debated Tim Walz, he made Walz look like a fool who's friends with school shooters. And I agree with him. Kamala Harris switched races as easily as she switched accents.
Kamala, she does different accents.
You better thank a union member for sick leave. You better thank a union.
Depending on where she is, you know, down south. Let me tell you something. You boys better get it together here and vote. Save democracy.
And we're going to do it again in 2024.
Black community, she's like, shit, let me tell you something, honey. Let me tell you right now, we ain't vote for Trump, I even saw her at a 7-Eleven going like, listen, it's very important that we vote for the Democrats. We're trying to save democracy here. We're trying to save democracy.
Imagine getting fact-checked this hard on your own interview.
President Biden passed a series of executive actions, and illegal border crossings are now at their lowest levels in about 5 years, so much so that Greg Abbott is no longer busing people to other cities. But let me ask this fundamental question.
Please.
Will families be separated under your mass deportation?
And again, I do want to answer this question about families and about deportations, but you made this point that border crossings are lower. Border crossings at the southern border are lower because the Harris administration is sending more immigrants through the ports of entry. So instead of coming through the southern border, they're now being flown at taxpayer expense to the ports of entry all over our country. The number of illegal crossings, they're not any lower. They're just shuffling how the people are coming into the country in the first.
How can we make it look like less people are coming through the border? Let's put them on planes and just send them straight into America.
First place, and this is very important.
They're able to
about
process them more
deportations.
efficiently, but Greg Abbott's not setting them to other
Kristen,
states.
I don't want a border czar who makes it more efficient for illegal immigrants to come into this country. That's
illegal immigrants. Say it with me. Illegal immigrants, not asylum seekers. They are legally entering America, and JD Vance is acknowledging that fact.
That's why we have the problem that we have.
Why'd you join the army? Oh my God. Type shit. Ramirez, why'd you join the army? Wait, shit.
I was at Home Depot working, but they told me, like, when I get the green card, you need to join to the army.
Oh, yeah, there's some funny dudes in the service, man. Come on.
On this planet. And it's not because we have more money or we're better looking. No. It's because we have something in this country they don't have in other countries. That's right.
Is it?
Talking about rednecks.
Hey.
Good old boys with an arsenal in their basement that have been waiting for just such an occasion.
Oh, I feel personally attacked because I'm in my basement here with several firearms.
Since 1775. Oh, believe me, foreign troops land in the South, there'll be a line of pickup trucks and NASCARs heading down I-95.
And Jeep.
Marines will show up 3 hours later, nothing but beer cans and shotgun shells. What the hell happened here? War's over, baby!
I don't know who the hell that is.
What do you call this?
Okay, play along. I'm from Utah, okay? This is a shopping cart.
A buggy.
Buggy.
Cokes.
Cokes? I see one Coke there. I guess we call this soda.
Not the, but
Sneakers.
tennis shoes.
Call them toe shoes.
Right. A remote.
Remote.
Oh, vacuum.
Vacuum cleaner.
Pecans.
Pecans. Pecans. I don't know.
Or pecans. They're from Georgia. You'd probably call them pecans.
What do you call these?
Britches.
Britches. Pants. I don't know. Firefly. Or it's Firefly.
What kind of National Geographic animal is that? I don't know. Is that a bee or a hornet?
It's like they light up. The back of them lights
Oh, a
up.
lightning bug.
Oh, lightning bug. Yeah. Tomato.
What that was? I thought that was a stinger on the back of it.
What do you call the person married to your grandma?
Grandpa.
It's like an older gentleman.
I don't know who the hell that is.
And just anyway, what do you call?
Oh, Papa.
The greatest properties you could imagine. It's a pretty impressive business record, I would say. But that doesn't matter. Was he a good president? Of course he was.
The face of every leftist after they talked to Charlie Kirk. Trump hit a bystander on election day? Is this real?
Great shot.
Very nice.
Anyway, what video was your favorite? I personally almost lost my shit when Trump hit Michelle Obama in the dingly dangly. Leave a comment down below. Don't forget to subscribe to Conservative Vibes. I'm CV, and I'll see you in the next video.